What's up guys, Leon Trotsky here, bringing you a new gameplay video here. This is Medal of Honor, brand new game I just picked up the other day, and this is a full game commentary on a combat mission on Helmand Valley. And this is quite a long video, so we'll see how this commentary goes, because I'm not used to doing 15-minute commentaries, and I'm sure you guys aren't used to watching 15-minute videos, but it is the full game. All 5 bases are attacking, and I'll leave the suspense in there, so I'm not going to tell you the final score or final result until the end of the game. You'll have to watch to see that. But this is my first video on Medal of Honor, and I figured I'd give you some of my first overall opinions of this game. I am coming over from the Battlefield series, so that kind of changes my opinion a little bit. I've been playing Battlefield for a while. I kind of gave up on Call of Duty, got really sick of that game. And this definitely seems like a combination of the two. The maps are kind of large and spread out, at least in this game mode, which is Combat Mission, which I like, is a lot like the Rush game mode in Battlefield. But the maps are very large. There's a lot of open spaces that you got to come through, and it makes for intense. But the corners and the lines of sight are very similar to Call of Duty. So it's a combination of the both. You just got to get used to it. The game can be very difficult and very frustrating when you first pick it up and you're not used to how quick you die, how much damage the bullets do, how much damage the air support and support strikes do. But it can be a lot of fun once you start getting the hang of it. You start learning strategies and you start learning how to work with your team very well, because that's a big thing in this game. It doesn't seem like it, like one person can take control of a game, but a good team working together is always going to make a better impact than a single player. Today I'm playing, as I said, on Helmand Valley. I'm using the Special Ops kit, I think is what it is, kind of like the engineer kit from Battlefield, and you get a rocket launcher and a submachine gun usually, or a carbine, I guess. Here today I'm using the MP7A1 personal defense weapon, and this is one of my first really good games with this gun, which I like this gun a lot. I didn't realize how much fun and how good this gun was. I thought it was a little submachine gun with no distance, but you'll see some of the kills I pick up with this gun, especially in the beginning there. I was getting some ridiculous range shots. And here I'm kind of camping on this tank here on the left-hand side, and I'm watching my my HUD and my map display, and I noticed that not too many of my team members are up near the bomb site, so I'm just kind of holding it down here, trying to see what I can do. And somebody does rush in here and try and plant it, which is good. And I eventually it's tough. I'm communicating with my team right here, trying to let them know. I know guys are up to the left here, and my team members are just sitting back there, which happens a lot. If your team's not communicating, not working together, you get a lot of team members just doing their own thing, which happens, I mean, in any multiplayer game. Somebody does come in here to plan it, and I call in a mortar strike a little too late, but I get a pretty ridiculous double kill right in front of me, but somehow I don't know how they still defuse it. But this game, there's some great moments in this game. It's similar to like how you have Battlefield moments. I mean, it's not quite as cool with the lack of vehicles, but I mean, that was pretty epic right there. And there's another scene. If you saw my clip of the cruise missile that kills the whole team, that clip's in this game, so you'll be able to see that coming up later. Here I notice completely out of ammo, so I'm kind of running around. I know there's an ammo cache over here, and I try and get to it. I don't know exactly where it is. I just see it on the mini-map, and I'm trying to run up here. I'm like, oh my god, I know I'm going to get shot. And I do a total fail by hitting the wrong button, jumping. Just, hey guys, look at me. And they pop me before I can reload ammo. In this gameplay, I didn't cut out any of my deaths. I just cut out the respawn screens, so you're not going to, see the 5-second respawn screens, just so I could get it under the 15 minutes, because I think the full game time of this game was like 17 to 20 minutes or something like that. It was a really long game, which I like. I personally like. I played a few of the sector control games, and they are quick. Like, it's like a 5-minute game and done. Like, and I'm used to playing Battlefield, where games can last like half hour, 45 minutes, which is fun. Like, I think that's a blast. But, to each his own, and that's what makes this game fun. Here I kind of move up to the left. I didn't realize I could have done this the whole time when I was camping in that tank spot, but I just moved up here. And this was probably a better time to do it, is once we took that spot, I can come up here and clean guys out without, if I move up by myself, I'm a wide open target for any of the team, like enemy team that has a line of sight to just take me out, because that's a big thing in this game, is line of sight. If guys got a line of sight on you and see your muzzle flash, you're done for. I mean, it's nice to have suppressors in this game, because I hear they do hide your muzzle flash, but damage reduction and range reduction on some of these guns, it just makes the guns almost inoperable, especially in something like this. Like, I was using this gun, and then I tried switching it over to a suppressor in one of the other modes, and I couldn't kill anybody. I would, unload a similar amount of shots, and they would still be alive. I would lose all my gunfights, all my everything. And you know, I didn't have what was the open tip ammunition yet, so that may make a difference. I don't know. We'll have to see. I end up getting sniped here with a pistol. Those rocket launchers are pretty good shots though. I mean, look at the distance I get on this this submachine gun here. I still pick up this kill, but by shooting from that distance, the muzzle flash gives my position, and somebody picks me up with a pistol. Of course, right? Like I said, there's a lot of open areas in this game, so you really got to know your flanks, know your strategy routes and stuff like that. Area down in the center there, it can be tough. I see a couple guys spawning down there, or a couple enemy team members camping down there trying to hold back the tank. You just got to watch your lines of sight, really. I'd start opening fire here, and you know, somebody sees me firing, picks me off. If they see you opening fire, it's an easy shot, and that's, you know, you got to watch your cover. This game's, it seems, you know, very campy. You got to pay attention to your cover. You got to pay attention to lines of sight, and you got to pay attention to where your team members are, because you know, one man can do only so much, and you'll see that here. This is a really interesting gameplay to me because there's another guy on this team who does really good. He's just whoring out the score chains and kill streaks and all that stuff, and he gets a pretty ridiculous score at the end. But I mean, you see my gameplay here, and I'm playing very aggressive, very upfront, using my submachine gun, getting a lot of kills. And this guy's just, I mean, he ends up getting a few more kills than me, but he kills them all with score chains and stuff. I'm up here killing him with my gun and failing with my score chains. So, you know, it's a different type of gameplay, and I think a combination of those two types of gameplay is like a person that can use the score chains as well as a person that can get in there and drop guys and take objectives and stuff like that. That makes a good team. Is somebody that can sit back and snipe and hold people down with their score chains, as well as somebody that can get up there and be objective oriented and attack and put people down in close range. Because as you snipe, which I love sniping in this game, that's a whole nother series. Well, I'll bring up sniping videos. Don't even worry about that, because the sniping in this game is a lot of fun. It almost seems too easy. I mean, I came over from Battlefield where you got to get those headshots to kill one shot, and so I'm used to getting the headshots, which I get a lot of headshots in this game, but you don't need them, which is kind of funny. With the bolt action rifles, pretty much anywhere in the body is going to just drop the guy in one shot. There's over longer distances, sometimes a body shot will not kill the guy, but you know, you pick up on that as the game goes along. Get a nice rocket strike on this guy up here. Somebody's shooting at me. I'm like, what the hell is this guy up? Rocket's in. And that's one nice thing about the score chains and the support actions, is that you can drop campers and take snipers out and take a whole team out. You'll see, you know, if team's posted up somewhere and you're having a trouble time, work on that kill streak, work on that score chain or whatever it's called, and build it up, and then drop some support actions right where you know they are. And I mean, that's a cool thing. Another is the way they design the score chains. I mean, I got pros and cons for it. I like how they have offensive and defensive score chains. But the way that they build the score chains and the way, I mean, I don't know. There's some strategies of like compiling score chains. It just makes this game almost too easy. When you get, like, say you get one score chain and you die really quick, alright? That's one strategy. You get a score chain and you die. You hold on to that score chain. If you get, I think it's like 30 points, you get like 2 more kills or something like that. And then you use your score chain, you already met up to the next score chain. You get like 1 or 2 more kills, you're already up to the next score chain. And you can just use that using defensive score chains. And then you can get to the score chain you like, you know, by getting 1 or 2 kills at a time. Using that defensive score chain, you can build up to something ridiculous. And I mean, everybody's got their own strategy of the way to use the score chains, what they like, what they don't like, when to use them, and whatnot. And you know, that's something that's going to build up with time, and I could see it almost becoming an issue as people just dropping, especially on this game mode where, you know, the defenders are always spawning at a certain point. The attackers can know where those guys are spawning and just drop a ridiculous amount of support action score chains on them and just not allow them to get anywhere and come up really quick. But you know, that's how this game's played, and strategies will start to develop as time goes on and this game starts to get a lot more players. And I heard Stoneface Lock, one of the Battlefield commentators, came out and he said that he wants to see what this game's going to turn out to look like once all the Call of Duty fanboys drop out. And you know, I'm kind of interested in seeing that because it does seem to have a lot of Call of Duty tactics being played in this, and that was a nice little triple kill right there. I think it was the double kill with the gun and then the rocket launcher to finish it off. Let's see some other thoughts on this game. I don't know if you guys remember when this game was first coming out, and this is something that clicked on me when I first got this game. And, you know, it's kind of political and controversial, but I remember with this game there was getting a lot of hype, and people were starting to get a little some politicians, I forget what country it was, wanted to ban this game. I don't remember if they ended up doing it, but they didn't like the idea of fighting as the Taliban and and this and that, and thought it was politically incorrect. And it is a video game, and it's entertainment. But I understand what those guys were saying, because it's mostly only in this game mode that you realize it. But by playing combat mission, the game is always set up where it's the attacking forces, the United States, against the Op 4, the Afghanistan, the Taliban, and it's not like, oh my God, it's us versus them. But in subtleties, it just kind of reiterates the idea that popular culture and the media definitely has an influence over our fears and opinions, and it's something that Western culture has dealt with, and the United States has dealt with for their entire history. We always have an enemy to unify us against, to create nationalism. And I mean, it's not only the United States that does that. Most countries do that, and we've done it throughout our history. First it was the British, and the high-end wealthy Americans didn't want to pay taxes, so they said that the British were ruining our lives and convinced everybody to fight a war against them. Then it was World War I, and you got the Nazis in World War II that nobody liked, and the Japanese, and then there was the Russians. That was that ridiculous freaking oh my God, I still get shivers. That my whole screen shook when that bomb dropped. I thought that was crazy. But it's just a game, and as much as you do notice that it is us versus them, and it's the white guys versus the dark Taliban, towel-headed guys, it's just a game. And so I'm glad that it does have a mature rating on it, and little kids that don't have enough sense in them to realize that it is just a game, and look over that fact that it's the white guys versus the dark-skinned guys. But it's a lot of fun game, and you guys should pick it up. This is a total fail with this missile here. That was my first time using one of those. How do I direct it? Oh my God, what's going on? Just completely failed. Didn't kill anybody with it. And it looked pretty bad after that other guy. My team killed all 12 guys on their other team with the cruise missile, but it's all in fun. Let's see some other thoughts on this game. This game is tough. I don't know if I've said that enough already. As you see here, we're capping all 5 bases, right? So this is the 4th base that we just capped, and we still have 60 tickets left. And without giving away the game too much, I think we're on the last base now we got to attack. They hold us here. I don't know how they do it. We have 65 tickets left, and they come across with a hole. We've been dominating the entire game. We've been holding them down, just running through them. Just literally raving. My score was ridiculous right here. And somehow, my team members just can't get past this. We stop using the right ideas, right tactics. We stop working together, and we just get held. And it sucks. I mean, I was so pumped up on this game. Me and the guy that got that tomahawk kill, we both had our mics on. We were just gassing on everybody. We were just joking pretty hard. I told him I was recording this video after he got that kill, because that was pretty epic. But, we were the only 3 talking, and there was 3 of us talking, and it really prevents a lot of the team members from calling people out, from getting strategies. But it allows for, you can still be like, hey guys, attack at the same time. Hey guys, push up, push up, push up. And people can hear that, but they're not responding. And looking back on this video, I noticed we didn't use enough smoke. The assault classes, or whatever it's called, the rifleman classes, they get smoke grenades, and that definitely allows you to push through cover, get through sniper areas, get around corners that are held down very well. And I think eventually, after I get really frustrated and realize that we're blowing it, that I do switch to the rifleman class and push all the way up, but we didn't have enough time. We didn't do it fast enough. And that's kind of how the game goes. It's a pretty ridiculous game. This combat mission, I think, is one of the funner game modes, but it definitely can be frustrating with there's a lot of chunk points in the map. There's a lot of open areas that you got to run through without doing it with the proper strategies, using smoke, using flanking routes, using teammates to communicate well where the other team members are. This game can be very frustrating. It can be very frustrating. The first time I picked this up, I was ready to give up. My brother picked this up and he was like, I hate this game. I'm not playing it again. And then he kind of gave it a little more time and you start picking it up on it. And so, that's how this game goes. That's how most games goes. There's definitely a high learning curve on this game, but it's still a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Definitely bringing a few more out. Hopefully a few more sniping clips I'll get coming up soon. Just curious if you guys have any thoughts on this game, any opinions. Do you guys like Medal of Honor? Do you guys want to see more of these videos, or you guys want to see some other stuff? I definitely am not giving up on Battlefield. We'll bring some more of those videos out, but we'll see what happens, you guys. My final score, I think, was 36 and 12. Only three kills less and 3 deaths more than that guy that was doing all those kill streaks. But guys, keep it real. Leon Trotsky out.